From doodles to dollars, how casual sketches turned into a profitable business. I never intended to make money for my art. Drawing was something I did absent-mindedly, on napkins at coffee shops, in the margins of notebooks during meetings, and on scraps of paper I found lying around. My sketchbooks were filled with whimsical doodles, strange little creatures, abstract patterns, and characters that existed nowhere but in my imagination. Art was my escape, my way of unwinding after a long day. I loved it, but I never saw it as anything more than a hobby. That all changed when someone was willing to pay me for it. The accidental start, it all started with a simple sketch. I was at my favorite cafe, sipping on a cappuccino and mindlessly sketching a small, mischievous-looking cat with oversized eyes and a curled tail. I posted the doodle on Instagram, as I often did, thinking nothing of it. To my surprise, a stranger commented, "Do you sell your work? I'd love to buy this as a print." Sell my work? The idea had never seriously crossed my mind. Sure, I had admired artists who made a living from their craft, but me. I was just doodling for fun. I hesitated, but then I thought, why not? I messaged the person back, agreeing to sell them a high-resolution digital copy for a small price. When they sent the payment within minutes, I realized something. I had just made my first sale without even trying. That one interaction sparked a new idea. Could I actually make money from my casual sketches? Exploring opportunities encouraged by the unexpected sale, I started looking into different ways artists turned their work into income. The possibilities seemed endless: prints, stickers, apparel, digital downloads, commissions, art licensing, and even social media monetization. But before I could dive in, I needed to understand what made my work special. I took a step back and analyzed my own style. My art had a quirky, fun, and slightly surreal quality, doodles that made people smile, filled with bold lines and playful energy. I decided to lean into that aesthetic, rather than trying to conform to a more serious fine art style. The first step was figuring out a way to get my art in front of more eyes. I started posting consistently on Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest, showcasing time-lapse videos of my sketches, behind-the-scenes looks at my process, and close-ups of finished pieces. Engagement grew slowly at first, but then something unexpected happened. One of my time-lapse videos went viral. It was a simple reel of me sketching a quirky astronaut cat hybrid, but people loved it. The comments flooded in. "Where can I buy this? Do you have prints? Make this into a sticker." Suddenly, I had an audience eager to buy my work. Setting up a shop, realizing there was real demand, I set up an online shop through Etsy. I started small, listing digital prints and downloadable wallpapers. These were easy to produce, required no upfront investment, and allowed me to gauge interest. Within the first month, I had made $500 just from selling digital files. That success gave me the confidence to expand. I researched printing services and invested in high-quality art prints, stickers, and even a few enamel pin designs. By the third month, my little shop was making over $1,500 per month. It was still a side hustle, but I was beginning to see the potential for something bigger. Diversifying income streams, I quickly learned that relying on just one source of income wasn't the best strategy. If I wanted to turn my doodles into a sustainable business, I needed multiple revenue streams. Here's how I diversified: prints and stickers. I started with prints, but stickers became a surprise bestseller. They were cheap to produce, easy to ship, and people loved collecting them. Commissions. I opened up commissions for custom illustrations. This included personalized pet portraits, quirky character drawings, and even tattoo designs. Merchandise. Using print-on-demand services like Redbubble and Society6, I turned my doodles into t-shirts, tote bags, and phone cases. Art licensing. I began licensing my art to brands for greeting cards, stationery, and apparel designs. This passive income stream allowed me to get paid for work I had already created. Patreon and digital content. I launched a Patreon where fans could subscribe for exclusive content, early access to new designs, and behind-the-scenes peeks at my creative process. Each new stream of income gave me more stability and confidence in my growing art business. The moment everything changed, the true turning point came when a well-known stationery brand reached out, asking if I'd be interested in collaborating on a line of notebooks featuring my doodles. They offered me a licensing deal that paid up front and gave me royalties on each sale. For the first time, I wasn't just making side income, I was seeing the real potential of making art my full-time career. By the end of that year, I had not only paid off my initial investments, but I was making more money from my art than I had from my day job. Lessons learned. Looking back, I realized there were key factors that helped me turn my casual sketches into a profitable business. Authenticity matters. I didn't try to fit into the mold of what I thought successful artists should be. I embraced my unique style and found an audience that loved it. Consistency is key. Posting regularly, engaging with my audience, and staying present on social media helped build momentum. Diversification equals stability. Relying on multiple income streams meant that if one area slowed down, others could keep the business afloat. Quality over quantity. I learned to invest in good materials and printing services to ensure that my products felt professional. Community is everything. I engaged with other artists, joined online communities, and shared knowledge. The support from fellow creatives helped me stay motivated. The future of my art business, what started as doodles in my sketchbook, has now grown into a thriving art business. I no longer see my work as just sketches. Each doodle holds potential, whether as a print, a sticker, a design on a t-shirt, or part of a licensing deal. For any artist wondering if their casual sketches can turn into a business, my answer is a resounding yes. But it requires more than just talent. It takes consistency, strategy, and the courage to put yourself out there. The world is full of art lovers looking for something fresh and unique. You just have to find them, or let them find you. If I could turn my doodles into dollars, so can you. Your talent deserves to be recognized. Hit like, subscribe, and let's work together to turn passion into a thriving creative career.